Hi, and welcome again to Umbraco tutorials. Today, as you see, we are doing part 18. The plan for today, we are going to do something a bit out of the scope. So as you know, last few days, I think it was exactly on the 29th of June 2013, 23, sorry, Umbraco, they released the version 12, the final version. So I saw a few stuff there. They can be useful for us. One of them it was the content delivery API, and the second one is the entity framework support. So I think there is something can be very helpful for us to avoid using the Umbraco APIs or to create APIs. It was the plan to create API, but again, maybe in the future videos we can do something about how we can create controllers and API and how we can call that. But Umbraco, they're giving something today, something nice. So they are saving our time with this stuff. So today, the main purpose of this video, we are going to upgrade to Umbraco 12. So as you know, before we upgrade from 10 to 11 was no issues and was very smooth. And today we'll be upgrading to 12, and we'll talk about a bit and we'll test together the content delivery. Maybe in future video we'll check the entity framework, but I think we can talk about it a bit too. So let's jump to what we have there. So here's the main block for Umbraco 12. Uh, so they are talking here about the main feature they add to Umbraco 12. It was the, as we said, the content delivery API and supporting entity framework. So as we said, the content delivery API is something came here to be built in Umbraco 12. If you install straight away Umbraco 12, but you have to enable it. In Umbraco, if you upgrade from 11 to 12, you have to add the or to register it and you enable it. It will be a very nice one, I think. Let's go to the blog there, what they are saying about it. So here they're saying that that's something very nice. So we'll follow this step by step and we'll see what we can get with it after upgrading to Umbraco 12. So the good things here say it allow you to retrieve your content items in a JSON format. So imagine that you are triggering endpoint, they will send you the homepage or they'll send you the any one of the your blog content. So imagine we are in this page here. So you can create an API. Before we do that, we used to do that. So we create API. So we said, give me the content of the homepage or give me content of this specific article. So now they say to you, we give you this endpoint. So just to send the path or the ID or I think something more there. We'll check it together. So that's what we have there in the content delivery API. So the main things you have to upgrade to Umbraco 12. After that, you have to enable the content delivery by adding simple line here and just register it to the DI by adding a delivery API. And then in the app settings, you have just to add under the CMS, the delivery API should be enabled. Also, the nice stuff here, you can make it public or private. So when you make it private, so by default, I think it will be public, but I'm not sure about it. We'll need to check it. So also you can add API key for it. And the good thing here, you can disable some content. So if you don't need this specific content to be public or anyone not public, so normally what they do normally with this one, with this when you enable it, everything is published on your website here. People they can trigger it through the API and they get the result as a JSON. Everything is published. But you can't say you can add role or filter. They said, I say alias 1, alias 2, alias 3. I can say here, don't go to the blog or don't go to the authors or don't go to the something you wanted. So you can filter on the stuff there. Also here the reached out as a JSON data. So I think also you can return it rather than you return it as a JSON, you can return it as a HTML too, but we can inspect that. You can see it together. This about the content delivery API. So the main things or the beautiful things is you'll get Swagger UI. So you don't need to do anything. Just by going to the Umbraco Swagger, you'll see the Swagger API there enabled for you. See how it's amazing, and you can test and you can see everything. This about the content delivery API. About the supporting the entity, I didn't go there much with this one, but you know, imagine you want to do something extra. So you want to add table to Umbraco database. That table you can create the entities by yourself, create everything, so you can go direct straight away to that table through the entity framework to that table. You don't need to rely on Umbraco stuff or Umbraco that back office to get that data. Umbraco they are giving us here small example or nice example. Maybe in the future we can do it together. I will not talk about it that much, so I didn't read that much about it, but we'll see what we can do. With that in maybe next video or after that. But I'm seeing something good here. But I need just to think about an example or something we can do it together to understand it and see where that can be useful for us. But I'm sure that feature is also it's something amazing. You know, just by imagine how that make it easy for you. So how we can upgrade to Umbraco 12 or how we can install it. So if you have same our situation here, we have already as you see we have Umbraco 11.4. So we'll stop this one and we can upgrade it together. So if you want to install it from scratch, you can just install the template. Just copy this line and go to your CMD. Pass it in the CMD straight away. They will upgrade your. If you have 11, they will upgrade it to 12 too. And you can straight away install the template to create a new Umbraco project. But here we are. What we are doing here currently, we have our own project, which is Umbraco 12, 10, and 11, and currently we'll make it 12. So our project working fine without any issue. So let's go and upgrade this project to Umbraco 12. Let's take this one, and they are saying to us here. I think let's see. Look, it's a few days ago. Today is 2nd, and today 2nd of July. So 3 days, 2 to 3 days ago, was we released final release in 12 after the RCs. Our upgrade same time. Our lovely usync. I didn't talk about it, but 100% will make video about it because this you can't use Umbraco without usync. It's impossible. I don't think so. We can use it without it. So, but we'll talk about that in the future, 100%. So let's upgrade together and we see what we can get here. So it will take time. So let's accept everything here. Just downloading the NuGet libraries for 12 and same time for the usync. And I think I select this one too. And let's go again with the, I think it's finished done already. Nice. And upgrade. Also, they fix many things. I think they talk about new documentation, update the dependencies. I think they have big update on the dependencies. So a few videos online they talk about it about them too. I think something about the image sharp 3 and there is license and there is many things, but hopefully that will not affect us. What's happened here? Let's say okay. Yeah, okay. And usync is done too. That's fantastic. Let's give it small rebuild before we go anywhere. And what we have, so let's back again here. What next? We'll wait for what next. So yeah, this is the Swagger. We'll see it together now after we upgrade to 12. We'll see this one together. Let's back to still building, and we can now say start. So we'll follow the instruction what they give us there. So if you see something weird or something not working, so we can complain about it. Let's back here. So currently here we'll do the upgrade. Hopefully will be same. The 10 to 11 was very quick, a few seconds, and you have to make sure when you update any nugget, your site will go to maintenance mode straight away. So let's see here. It will take a few seconds. Here we are. So because we upgrade, so our site will go to maintenance. So we'll go straight away to the back office. And in the back office, they're just saying to you, you are going to go to 12. So this is your current version. You can see the report if you want to see the difference between your current version and the version you are installing. So you'll see what you are getting in the new version. So here we are now. We are counting the second here, let's say. Hopefully it will not take time. And what we can get here. So they say the notable is content delivery and the entity. I'm interested about this one. I want to do some one day about it. Hopefully next video. Just want to see how we can do the integration or using the entity framework with Umbraco. But we need just a good scenario for it to see what you can do. So let's copy this one from here now. And if we go to here we are. So if we tick there, we have Umbraco 12 officially. And let's check here. Let's check 1, 2, 3. Nothing is breaking. Let's go with the main one here. So Mr. Using. And let me check the log. Hopefully that's old one. That's nothing new, and it's today, but we'll not care about it. So it's something I think not that important. And let's go to the front end of the home page. What's the scary things about upgrade when you have custom data type? Sometimes they are making issues, especially if you have installed something or you have something third party. So you have to make sure all the third party working with the current version or with the version you are going to upgrade to. That's very important, or they will break everything and you will regret it. Always take backup from if you have live database, take backup and try the upgrade locally and see what is working, what's not working. I had small issue with, to be honest with you, with the iconic. If you remember that library we use for the icon, to pick the icon, I had to remove it. I didn't check it with it 100%, but I had a few issues when because I just cleaned my laptop and I got new version from GitHub, so I think I had small issue with it. So here it seems everything is working fine and everything's look fantastic with us. So and I think 1, 2, and all look nice. So there is no issue with it. And all fantastic here. I don't know why that's not go there. So let's do close here. And we go where? We copy this line. So we are following the instruction to install or to add or register the delivery API. So as I said, just copy this line and go to your startup file and add this a few lines in the configuration services. In the startup, go to under the website, let's put it here better, and add it here. Make it station. And you can go after that, copy the small lines here, they will be under the CMS. And no, not that, like that. It should be like this. So we back to our app settings. And we go under the CMS here. Let's add it at the top to see what's happening here. Let's save everything and small rebuild. If there is nothing, there is no issues with it. Let's close this one and close this one. So what they are saying again here, and if we go back to the documentation. So they said once you add or enable this feature, or which is the content delivery API, you have to go to the back office to the examine management, and you have to rebuild the delivery API content index. I will not build it. I want to see what happened if I didn't build it, to be honest with you. Yeah, let's try it together. Let's see. Let's back again to our, let's run the project. That's it to be working. So I want to just see if one day in the future happens something with us. So if someone forgot to rebuild it, what's that issue will be there? So are we getting the result when we trigger the API or no? So that will be useful for us to see if we missed something. Here's the home page. So let's go to Umbraco back office, and also I need to duplicate this one. I want to go to Swagger. So they said you have to go to the settings, and the settings in the examine management, and you have to go to the delivery API index, and you have to rebuild here this one. So I don't want to do that one. I want to just check what will happen here with us. So here the delivery API. So because we have installed custom one, so we'll need to select our custom Umbraco delivery API. I think they have the documentation here. That's nice too. You can go the documentation from here. So the content, as you see, we don't have money. So because they said to us they have something called content, and you have something called item by path or item by ID. Let's try one by one. So if I said the content one, so if I trigger this one, I don't know which is this one, which one here. Let me say just execute this one. So if I execute this one, I'm getting everything, to be honest with you. So I'm getting the home page. So this one, when I said I triggered the content, so I'm not saying any by ID or by I'm not using any filter on this one. I'm not going depth in this one. You can check the documentation for it or any API key. So but here we are triggering the localhost Umbraco delivery API v1 content. So they are getting everything. So they should give you all the nodes, which it is this one here under the home page. So currently what we are seeing here, we are seeing that we have something called home page item. This will be first item. When they created and upgraded, the root for it, and the ID. If you copy this ID from here, and you want to do more, let's leave this one with us now. And you have again here the under the content type home, you have something called the site name. So they're giving you the properties here. So imagine that you're building you want to call this stuff by React or by any other third party or front end framework. Just need to create that object or class to serialize this data. I think they will be standard with all of them. And also we have here the footer. They are returning all the data that we have created together before. I need one we can understand it better. So let's do something. So here, as you see, we return everything. So you see here that the markup or the content for the blog, each blog of that. So here they are returning everything under the site. I don't want that. I want something more interesting. If I said I want to do, or I want to call the by ID. If I said, give me my home page, that ID we copied together before. So let's execute it. We are calling same, but we said item by ID. So that they are returning, I think, same structure. I'm sure it's same structure here they're returning to you. They are saying to you the name is home when they created the path for it, and the start item and the item ID. I think that all can be serialized in the same object, and what you have under that one, or sorry, the footer for that one here. So if you go to our site, let's go together to the site. So what they are returning to us here, if we imagine that this data here, so they are sending you everything's here and everything's here, but not this one. Yeah. because this one we built it by ourselves. So they are returning this one, the image, the footer, the everything, they are returning to you, and they're sending you one. This one, I'm not sure how we can do this one, but I will think about it because you have this custom component for it, but we'll see what we can do with it after. If we want to go more in depth in this one. That's nice. So this one, so we trigger it by ID, and let's trigger something. Let's say more. If I want to get one of my posts, so I have this ID here. Which one is this? Let me get something. So we have post. Let's take this ID. I just want to see data. If I say I have page with content inside it, how I can see that content or that markup language there and the rich text. So let's say this one here. Oh no, there's something that's the wrong one. So let's use the path, I think, better for us. So we saw that you can get everything and you can filter. So I think they have good documentation. If you want to go more in depth in this one, you can see you can call not by ID or path or by children ID. So that's will be nice. So if you can get more in depth in the more than one node, you can get the node children. I think that's what explain what we are asking for. And let's go to the path. So let's try this one. So in the path, so I know that the home page will be this like the home page path if I execute it. So I will get same that one. Same object, I think, same name, and we degrade it, and the logo with the footer, it will be at the bottom down there. So even they are returning to you if I want to display it on the navbar or no. That's amazing. That's saving a lot of time for us. So let's say I want to return this one. So let me copy from here. So I'm just working here by path. I'm not working by ID or anything. So I'm just trying to see what I'm getting in this one. So we said the blog, and we said that blog we need. So there is too many to filter if you want. So look how amazing here. And we can say they are sending the name of that item and also the root for it. And also here we are getting at the ID and the content type, the type of it, it's post, and the properties. The properties what we have in the title, and we have the title and we have the banner type of image here. And if I want to disable it or display it on the navbar, the author I have nothing here, description nothing. That I think the meta tag stuff. So also here we are getting all the details about the author. If I go to this one, you can see all this data here, all that stuff here you are seeing. So let's see how we can get that content from it. And we can see here the path. Sorry for the author. I think that's here, the top here. So if you hover on it, that's the path we are getting here. And that's what we call it in the body, we call it, where is it here? If you go to my blog, any one of them. So we got all this data and we got the metadata or the meta tag stuff. And here that the blog content. So what's the return for us here? Blog content, the key, and this one as I don't know why they make it as a markup. But that's nice. I think they can say to you, you are getting here HTML data, so you have to render it as HTML. I think that's useful. So all this page here, all the body of the post will be inside it. I think that's amazing, and that save a lot of time for us. I don't need to go build an API and protect it or add keys or that too many headache there. So here I can use this Swagger API or that 3 endpoint. Depending you need the by API or path or the by content, that's back to you. You can use them. You can get list of all content, and after that render them here. You can. That's back to you how we can use this API or how we can use this 3 endpoint. I think from my point of view, it's amazing and saving time for us. But that doesn't mean that we'll not talk about the API that we'll build it by ourselves and check it. I'm not sure if this API can be called from the back office. So if I want to do a back office extension of check the medias or something, I'm not sure that will help us. So still, that mean we need to use Umbraco APIs, the main controller, to build it by ourselves. Yeah, I'm not sure the Azure, sorry, the Swagger one will help us. That I think just we can call it from third party or external third party. Let's say, as I said, React or any other front end language. You can call them industry APIs. You can protect them. You can add key for them. That's amazing. But same, if I want to create any extension to add it here in this one on the back office, so that means I need to back again to Umbraco APIs to call, let's say, the medias, or I need to create a document report for the medias or anything. But still, I need to use Umbraco APIs. I think maybe in the next video, I will try to go more in depth a bit on how I can work with this one. Just I need scenario for it, how I can use it with our current blog. I'm sure this stuff again will be useful for us, but that's bringing me to the end of this video. I hope this video will be very helpful to you and show you how we can upgrade Umbraco from, as you see from the beginning, upgrade from 10 to 11, from 11 to 12. Currently, we are seeing many amazing features with 12, and I think even it's good performance. It's every time we are seeing smoother upgrade or smoother working with Umbraco. That's it for today, and see you in the next video.